Well, the Super Mario Galaxy movie released earlier in April. I didn't hate it, but I can't help but feel it could have been better. But I'm not here for the movie. I'm here to cover the second Mario Galaxy game, which I had been playing on my new Switch 2 since I not only got the platform, in anticipation for the film. And honestly, when I got to this title, again when I was living in England, I didn't believe it was 10 out of 10 material most outlets thought. I was thinking at the time it was nothing more than an expansion pack and was disappointed. Then again, it didn't help that I was having more fun with another space-traveling platformer on the Wii, starring Mario's former rival at the time either. Anyway, after over a decade since I last played, do I still feel down on this title? Let's find out. Super Mario Galaxy 2 follows Mario, once again being invited by Princess Peach to her castle in the Mushroom Kingdom, only for her to get kidnapped by Bowser again. With that, Mario, now teaming up with a baby Luma miles away from their adoptive mother Rosalina, as well as an even bigger Luma named Lubba, once again traveling through space to save Princess Peach once again and save the galaxy. Simple. It works. On to the gameplay, and as with the prior title, Super Mario Galaxy is a 3D platformer, with focus on gravity as Mario tripes his planetoids again, not unlike certain levels in Psychonauts from back in 2005. And it plays about the same as the prior game. However, that's not to say there aren't changes. One big change is that there is no longer a hub world to explore to get to the next level or world. Rather, Mario is captain of the starship Mario. While he can wander around the ship, he uses said ship to get to said levels, this time on a map system seen in the 2D Mario games since at least Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES. But unlike the 2D titles, even with games like Super Mario World where you can backtrack, there is a greater need to do so here. As with every 3D Mario, you'll need to keep collecting power stars to continue through the game, especially when it will block you from progressing if you're short on power stars. So expect to not only get stars from levels you played before, but with different objectives, you'll also want to look for secrets, and you're going to want to look out for prankster comets. Speaking of prankster comets, this is another change worth mentioning. In Mario Galaxy 2, you now have to collect medals in order for the prankster comets to show up. And while they are no longer color-coded, the objectives are still diverse, as you'll go through speed runs, daredevil runs, purple coin runs, etc. To add, Luigi no longer gets his own campaign, and is only playable in select levels if he asks Mario if he can help. To add, as it's a follow-up, the obvious change are the new power-ups. Yeah, we have returning ones like the Fire Flower and Bee Mushroom, but Mario gets new ones like Cloud Mario, allowing him to create and stand on clouds, Rock Mario, allowing him to roll around in rock form akin to the Pokemon Golem and Donphan, and Spin Drill, allowing Mario to dig underground. But beyond that, it's more Mario Galaxy, which isn't a bad thing. Not at all. In fact, I've noticed the game is more challenging than the first, to the point where I was swearing more than I was with the first game. Not impossible, so you don't need Dark Souls level patience, but it is noticeable. Down to Nintendo putting in optional assist mode that you aren't rewarded for using. I never used it. With that in mind, I'm still of the mindset that this game passes more as a mission pack that adds on to the first game more than a full-on sequel. However, like I said, without another spacefaring platformer to play at the side, I've come to appreciate it more the older I get. Moving on to the controls, and as with Mario Galaxy 1, the game in its original form on the Wii is only playable with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, requiring motion controls for at least the pointer, spinning, and the otherwise frustrating mini-games like the rolling ball and the gliding with the bird. Meanwhile, the Switch version, also like with the prior port, be it off the double pack or like me, you played off 3D All-Stars, you have more methods of play such as the Pro Controller, handheld mode, and using the Joy-Cons to emulate Wii controls. Honestly, due to my struggles with the Pro Controller and handheld mode when I played Mario Galaxy 1, and due to the dinky size of the Joy-Con one, I skipped the former two and played the game on my Switch 2 this go-around, after hearing from Scott the Woz that the size of the Joy-Con 2 makes it more comfortable for Wii Remote play, and he was not kidding. Already a bigger improvement over the Switch 1. The only real difference is that you have to resync yourself, which isn't hard to do at all, just one press of a button. Onto the sound, and there isn't much to say than what's already said about the first game. Classic Mario sounds with brilliant orchestral OST. To wrap, the only thing I do not like is the price point for the Nintendo Switch version. $40 US standalone for a Wii game, and up to $70 for the dual pack? Nintendo, you are lucky I had a bonus the day I bought the latter, because yikes, that is too much for an older game. Still, Like with the first one, even if I still kind of think it's more a mission pack than a sequel, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is still a fantastic title that I just needed a few years to warm up to. And like the first title and other Mario platformers, the game is still highly replayable, even if each level has less objectives than the prior Galaxy. And honestly, the Switch 1 version played on Switch 2 is the definitive way of playing. Just look for the game at a better price than what it's currently sitting at.